It's so bad. Okay, good morning, everyone. And I'm really sorry about the connection earlier. Welcome to another session of 122 Technicals. For those that are just joining and old, the ones that are old now, as we all know, this session is basically a market outlook session. I show you guys what I see in the market and then how I see the market. You get to see how I trade on the daily. And then for those just joining and those that be watching this on YouTube, you can like and subscribe to the channel and join the group on Telegram. I'll be sending the link. You guys should join the group. And I don't know, I sent this to the group chat. For those that don't know, this is actually the 10th session we're holding on 122 Technical. So I've actually come far and I really appreciate you guys. Honestly, I really appreciate you guys that have been here from day one. I've been coming to the sessions. I see some regulars. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Without further ado, let's get into it. So okay. So now we normally start with fundamentals. The fundamentals for today, I was saying that we really don't have anything interesting. We just have some mid-impact news. One is by 8:30 a.m. Yeah. So you guys can watch out for it, but I don't think it's going to move. But it's not going to move the market. It's not supposed to move the market like that. But since it's GBP has a very strange relationship with volatility. So it might actually move the market. So that's basically the only thing for today. So let's get to trading view and then get to what I was telling you guys. So I showed you guys this stuff yesterday. Yeah, there's this trade I caught on AUD this morning. I shall entered aggressively and it's almost hitting TP. Yeah, I told you guys that you guys should watch out for this high here and what's this low down here, this low here, because price was inside this point here, this range here yesterday. And then I told you guys that if it breaks to the downside, it will wait for the retest and then a continuation. And if it breaks to the upside, wait for the retest and then we'll take continuation. Those that were in the session yesterday, I said something like this, yeah. Okay, are you guys hearing me as well? Okay. Good. So I said something like this, and then it's actually happened. Let me show you guys something. So if you drop your Fibonacci here, if you drop our Fibonacci, you see that it's exactly at the 0.61. So yes, they actually entered aggressively because this stuff happened at night. I saw this thing coming back down. I don't want what happened to us the other day happen to us again. So I set my order here, and then I stopped. Sorry, that's my order. That's the sell order. Sorry, I set my order here, and then my stop loss just below the 0.7, and then my TP at the green line, that's at the 0.0, which was around the 3 points. I think it was around the 3.33 or so yesterday when I was calculating it. And I'm actually on break even. I've moved my stop loss to break even, and then I've taken partials a bit. So it's actually a risk-free trade now. Let's shall watch how it plays out. So now, but then that's actually one of the use of the session. Then the second thing is to actually show you guys what you can expect and how you can get an entry on AUD USD today. That's if it happens, yeah. Going forward, yeah, like as usual, you guys know now my strategy is basically it's kind of like break and retest. It's as simple as break and retest. Do you guys understand? I just add some little spices with supply and demand zones and then Fibonacci. And if you observe something here, this place that price reacted here, yeah, there's actually a supply zone here. Look at it here. This candlestick here. It's actually a supply zone. Do you guys understand? These supply and demand zones are actually, it's actually a demand zone, not a supply zone. These supply and demand zones are actually really, I don't know, they look subtle, but then they have strong power in this market, honestly. So you guys should always pay attention to them. Anytime you see them inside your Fibonacci range, inside your golden ratio, around the 0.5 and 0.6, and then it's close to structure that was broken. Another thing you should pay attention to is what the structure that was broken. Look at it here. Do you understand? It was very close. Do you get? So they always how they used to call that himself. That's, I don't know if you guys have seen that skit about that guy that they used to say that now why did you call him goats? They always turn up. It's the same thing, they always turn up. So you guys should always pay attention to them and then your Fibonacci. So now, yeah, going forward, what we can expect from what we should look out for on AUD USD, yeah, is what we should look out on AUD USD is for either a break to the upside for what a continuation of the uptrend, which I feel might not happen, and I'll get to the reason in a bit. I don't know if you this thing, I'm not even sure this thing hits my TP1, but I'll get to that in a bit. I'll get to why I feel like that in a bit. Or you can wait for the break to the downside of this structure here, of this low here. This one here. This low here for what a shift in market structure. Do you get? Wait for that break here for what a shift in market structure and then what a continuation to the downside. So those are the two things you can expect on AUD USD. Now, let's get to the reason. Let's get to the reason why I told you guys I feel this thing might not continue to the upside, yeah? AUD, NZD USD, sorry. Those of you that have attended my correlation class, NZD USD and AUD USD's correlation is one thing I always talk about. It's like that thing you never see me not talking about. Do you get? So now, let me even check my RSI. Is it diverging? No, it's not. So now, yeah, look at something. NZD did not fulfill that deeper retracement. Do you get? And most times I've observed here, from what I've seen, most times when NZD does this thing or any pair does this thing here, it only shifts. Do you get? So you can watch out to see that shift here, we'll catch it. And if NZD shifts, AUD will likely follow it to shift. Now look at something. This candlestick for me here, please, you guys should not panic here. Wait, let this candlestick close. If it's a doji candlestick, then we can actually enter a very small trade. You get, it's Friday, so you should still be extra careful. Yeah. Let's wait for that candlestick to close and see what the market has for us. Now let's go on AUD USD again and see if AUD USD can reverse. You see AUD USD is forming that bearish pin bar. But then I'm not just going to use that bearish pin bar to enter this sell. Do you get? Let's go to the 15 minutes and see if we can catch anything on the left on good. Now, if you look to the left now, you see here, this is more like here, a shift in market structure or a double top, anyone you want to call it. Basically, we had this what? Push, pull back, push, pull back, push. And then what? We broke structure. And we forget about all these small things happening here. Yeah, it was still the downtrend. But then what? We've come into this area now. Do you get? And then now what? Price is rejecting. So if you see that rejection here on the 1 hour, if this candlestick closes bearish, yeah, it's not just that it closes bearish. If it closes a bearish pin bar, I'll actually pick interest in it. If it closes a bearish pin bar, I'm actually going to enter a position like this. Please, I'm emphasizing this. You guys should wait for it to close first. Do you get? Wait, don't panic. Price is not going to run anywhere. Yeah, wait for it to close first, and you can take a position like this at the close of the candle, and your stop loss should be just above the candlestick. And what's aim for this low here. Do you guys understand? Are you guys with me?
Yes.
So please, you guys should wait for the candlestick to close. Then same thing on AUD USD. That candlestick I highlighted is the same entry, yeah? You can enter and drop the stop loss just above the candlestick and then your TP here. So that's one way you can look at it. But honestly, that's like going against the trend. So if I normally don't go against the trend. Yeah, I'm doing this. If you want to catch a very ambitious trade on a Friday, but if you are the person that wants to stay safe, either way, still just wait for the candlestick to close. Don't jump on anything. So let's go to Euro USD. I would like to see that shift on Euro USD first. And the shift is already looking like it wants to happen. So I would like to see that shift on Euro USD. We had a break of structure. Yeah, it's the same thing with AUD USD. We had a break of structure. price did not retrace deeper. It never even reached this demand zone here. And then we retraced a bit. Now, I mean, we pushed up a bit, and then now we are forming this whole bearish movement. If we break this point here, what you guys should look at for is the retest of the neckline and the continuation. It's very simple. No hard pass that. Let me do this. Let me delete this alert. This was from yesterday. Let me remove it, and then let's set a new alert here at this low here. If price gets here, we'll be ready to jump on it. Okay, good. Let me set the same thing on ADS this way. No, ADS, they are waiting for the candlestick, so I'm not going to set any alert. I'm just going to wait for 8 o'clock to finish. We still have like how many minutes? Let me see, where is that place? We still have 32 minutes to go. Well, so my strategy here, if you call it break and retest, it sounds very simple, honestly, but it's actually simple. It's break and retest. If you look at it, you know how human beings are all cavemen, primitive men. You get that's how if you look at my strategy, it's actually break and retest. So it's break and retest, honestly. So let's check Euro USD. Oh, second screen just shut down. Running on my laptop. Let me sort out my display. 1 second. Every day Nigeria is happening to us. So, what's I looking at? Something else. Okay, yeah, I was trying to sort out my laptop brightness so it doesn't die on my head. Can you guys see my trading view screen? Okay, good. You guys understand the analysis on Euro USD now? Let's jump on GBP USD. GBP USD2 did not do that test yet. GBP USD2, I would like to see that shift. It's GBP USD shift that will actually suit me because it's very small. It did not retest this point here. So if we see that shift, yeah, something like this, to break this low here, kind of like a higher low, we'll break it to the downside, then we'll just catch that sell. And please, you guys know how I exit my positions here. Let me show you guys something. Wow, this session is actually remaining 10 minutes, and we've not really talked about anything. So let me show you guys something. If I'm taking the sell from here, yeah, depends on how I enter. If I enter aggressively, yeah, my stop loss is going to be above, or I'm afraid it's going to be above this candle, which is very far, or I might just be ambitious and drop it above the body of the candlestick here. Do you get? But ideally, if this wick was short here, I'll put it above it, but then that's going to be very costly. And then my TP, that's what I want you guys. Anytime you enter a trade here, your TP should always be at the nearest what, or the first level of structure you see, support or resistance. Because price might get here and decide to what, be, I don't know, not be cooperative and what, reverse. Do you get? So I always drop your TP here. Do you get? If it continues to the downside, fine. It's not a business. You wait for what, another entry and what, catch another one sell. Do you get? But always, because there's no assurance that what price will even to reach here is problem. Then price will get here and what want to react. It will definitely react. Because there are people hoping that price will buy from this area. And if they are strong enough, they will actually push price from here. Do you understand? So always was drop your TP at the what, first support or resistance, you see, depending on the position you're entering. Do you guys understand? Are you guys with me? Do you guys understand?
Yes, I understand, sir.
Okay, yes, we understand.
Okay, good. So now, yeah, that's basically the last the last pair on my list. I saw someone drop AED card, but then we're going to rush because the session will soon end. Zoom, it's free Zoom I'm using. So it's 8 minutes remaining. So let me take a look at AED card first. If you have any other pair, I think I'll take one other pair. So if you have any pair you want me to take a look at, drop it in the chat box and then I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at one or two, then close. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yesterday we did not have that break to the downside. We just had the retest. What's this one now? It's the same thing with this thing. We did not have that break. We just had that retest, then we broke to the upside. And then we reacted from here. Yeah, we reacted from here exactly. Same thing AD USD did. Reacted from here exactly. But then now, are we sure price is going to hit TP? If I cut this trade, this one would have actually been the banger because this one is actually like to the TP is actually very far. Okay, someone is talking about gold. We'll take a look at gold too. So now, yeah, what you can do is just watch out. Same thing with AEDSD. Highlight the resistance and then your support. Your support is this low here. The support is this low here. Anyone that breaks out from first, you what? Look out for what? That break. I will retest. Either ways, to the upside to you what? Look out for what? That break and retest. But if it's still inside this range, don't take any this thing. If price reaches up here and then don't break, I won't advise you to take a sell from here because that would be way too careless. Do you understand? If it's inside this range, just allow the price. Just allow it.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, I'm listening.
But if the price is inside that range,
yeah.
If you confirm the 15-minute time frame and there is an entry there, can we just trade the trade towards the direction of the market?
Okay. One thing we range, for sure, you can never be sure of the direction of the market. Yeah, let me give you one trick with range. Yeah, the thing is, you never know, so don't use 15 minutes confirmation to enter range. Do you understand? The candlestick can just form. Do you understand? It's a range. Do you get? One thing, wait for confirmations on the 1 hour. Do you get? So let's say this was a range, yeah, and price got here, and then I saw this bullish candle here. I would actually enter a buy at the close of the candle, and then my stop loss below the candlestick and aim for the next side. Do you understand? So always use confirmations on the 1 hour, not the 15 minutes when price is inside a range. That's what I advise you to do. You actually be safer like that. Then someone asked a question that what is the difference between pairs with USD at the back and those with USD at the front? Okay, I'll try to explain this as quick as possible. Yeah. So now the base and quote currency. Yeah. So now, if pairs, let's say the right hand now is what you are referring to as the front, and then the left hand is what you are referring to as the back. So now the back one now is those that have USD as the quote currency. So now if you're taking a sell, if you're taking a buy on those kind of stuff here, you're basically buying the USD against the currency, against the other currency, hoping that USD will actually be stronger than that currency. So now if the USD is stronger than that currency, the pair is actually going to be bullish. Do you understand? So now you're buying the USD against that currency. Now if you take a sell, you're actually selling the USD against that currency. I don't know. The definition is pretty rough, but I don't know if you get the picture.
Yeah, I was trying to picture it out, but what I'm thinking is that since the USD is at the front.
Yes. That's on the right hand, yeah?
Yeah, the front. You said it is buying, right? You are buying the
USD. Wait. So now, do you know what the base and quote currency is?
Yes, of course. The base and the quote currency.
Good. So now, by the front, do you mean the base or the quote currency?
The front, I mean the quote currency.
You mean the quote currency, yeah? Okay, the quote currency. So if it's a quote currency, if you take a buy, then it means you are buying that currency and sell against the USD. You get.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I'm coming. I'm going to switch my display now. So, you guys are still seeing my trading view, yeah?
Yes, we scan.
Okay, so someone said gold. So let's try and do one fast analysis on gold before time runs out. FXCM. Oh, this is. How many of you know that gold is correlated with AED? How many of you know? Okay, so
I
yeah.
just got to know.
Okay, so quick story. Yeah, Abby's food for thought. I don't know which one, but AED is actually like the second highest producers of gold in the world. So their economy is kind of like hinged on gold. Not like they use the gold standard, but then price of gold actually affects their currency because it's one of like their major exports. Do you get? So I think that's where that whole sell from AED is coming from. So now, yeah, what we can just see a classic. There's this whole move I used to catch that year. Good RSI divergence. So now, yeah, how many of you know RSI divergence? Gold actually created a higher high, yeah. But then if you watch the RSI did not create a higher high. That's when you know that this higher high was just bluffing. You get price might actually come down and break this point. So yeah, if this candlestick closes, if this candlestick closes bearish, you can take a sell. Do you understand? You can take that sell and target maybe at least 3 RR or 2 RR if you want to be safe. Or you can wait for price to come down and break it and retest it. So that's basically what I'm saying on gold. With this, we've come to the end of the session. We just left with 1 minute 30 seconds. So please, guys, always keep an open mind with the markets. Anything can happen. That's the only thing that is sure. I always say this every time, and I always end my sessions with that. So always keep an open mind when it comes to the markets. Be flexible with your analysis, but then be rigid and strict with your risk management, trade management. Do you understand? Your trade management in the sense of breaking even and taking partials. So please, for those that are watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe to the page. And if you've not joined the group, sorry, I forgot to send the link in the chat box. You can message me on Telegram. I'll send it to you directly. And thank you guys very much for attending this session, and have a very nice and peaceful day. I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. Take care of yourselves, guys.
Thank you. God bless you.